Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Yeah. Now we can all get some sleep.
What?
Remember that ad where I think it was an ad for Clayton's?
What's that?
And it was like the start of the commercial was the blokes at the bar, and then he sort of, the punchline of his joke was, now we can all get some sleep. And it was an ad for this, I think it was Clayton's. And
what's that got to do with the price of fish?
I don't know. It was just a random thing to say out loud, and that's what it was right here. A random thing to say out loud.
Welcome,
because you know what they did too. They also thought, well, okay, you got to reverse engineer the joke.
Right.
They had competitions there, and you say, right, so what was actually the joke? And then with the punchline, now we can all get some sleep.
Right.
People old enough that are watching this show right now
of your
will
generation.
remember, people my and your age, they'll understand what I'm talking about.
Will they?
You know those ads that just...
We're going to get overwhelmed with emails and text messages now?
Probably not, but... It's amazing how even before social media and all those things, and how things really that sort of went viral before things went viral.
That when you used to send a stamped self-addressed envelope. Do you remember that?
Did you ever do that?
No, I don't think so.
Did you enter many competitions?
I might have written Agro's Cartoon Connection back in the day.
Yeah, right. I can remember writing to for school projects, writing to various organisations and companies and asking for their information packs and stuff.
Mate,
used to get a lot of those.
I've still got letters of responses to when we would write to, I wrote, and this is when I'm not young, like I had a car. Okay, so I would have been...
I was at school.
17, 18. I'm writing to Yokohama, Oakley, just companies that had stickers. And I'd be like, can I get some stickers for my car?
Oh.
I had an Oakley sticker on the windscreen, I had a Yokohama on the back. And then I wrote to, when I was a bit younger, I wrote to Nissan Motorsport.
All for stickers.
Asking for stickers, but also...
Wow.
I gave Nissan Motorsport some advice. The middle print over on the wall, Stephen, which has 3 Nissans.
Yes.
Okay, so Nissan GTRs, people that remember their rev heads.
Yep.
The top one was the first one. The 1991, which had the Nissan GTR in the Group A touring cars, had blue stripe on the bottom, white in the middle, and red across the roof and the bonnet and the boot. But it had black wheels.
Right.
I wrote to Fred Gibson Motorsport, who ran the Nissan GTRs, and I said, listen, the black wheels look stupid. Make them white. And they wrote back and said, here's some stickers. Go away.
And said, shut up.
You'll be pleased. You'll probably be pleased with the car at the next round. And they changed the wheels to white. And it looked so much better.
Yeah, okay. So not the actual tyres, the wheels.
The wheels. So
right.
the wheels that you see on that print in the 1992 car, they used essentially that
You
colour.
reckon that's your idea, do you?
Mate, 100%. In the middle of the 91 season, they changed the wheels to white, and it looked so much better.
But they did give you some stickers to keep you quiet. They said, just take these and
get away.
It
was signed, it was, something. Thanks, Trevor. Grapefin Sport signed Mark Scaife, but it was signed in, wet ink, as we say in contract terms, it said per Lisa Scaife. His sister. Now, funny story. I met Lisa Scaife. She has a thing in Victoria. It's like a learn to drive simulator.
Yep.
And I did a thing on the Today Show about it, and we've since caught up a few times. And I said to her, "You're not going to believe this, but I've got your signature on a letter from your brother." She's like, "You're a weirdo."
Stalker.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny to reflect on those days though, because I've got. It's weird now. I could go into
letters. We're talking pre-internet here.
Yeah, okay? I mean, you'd write a physical letter and hope that it went somewhere, and you'd come back.
Did you ever have a pen pal?
I feel like I did because my mum did, and I feel like I did in some way.
I had relatives in Malta, so we used to write to each other there. But I had a couple of people I used to write to.
Not Morse code. You'd actually use letters.
No, this is the letters, you idiot. But but with the I used to I remember the school giving me like a generic inquiry letter on how to get the pamphlets or whatever the information.
Yeah.
And so I was emailing, CSIRO and all these, not emailing, writing to them, and getting back. I remember I'd come home from school and my mum goes, "Oh, letter over here for you," and big envelope this big. I'm thinking, and then tearing it open, thinking, how cool is this?
I mean, I don't have the stickers, but I've still got some of the envelopes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But all that stuff's on the internet now. You do that today, they go, mate, just go to our website.
Yeah.
But having like this physical representation and being able to then do your assignment with it.
Think about. I was just thinking when I said stamped self-addressed envelope. Weirdly, the first thing that came to my mind was that there used to be an address that hey, it's Saturday would read out for sending stuff in. It was like in Nunawading or something. It was the Channel 9 address, right?
Yep.
And you think about what kids today don't see, which is live TV, right?
Yeah.
Like think about Hey, it's Saturday. That was a live show with a live audience.
Saturday night. Yeah.
Do you remember Rove? His like Friday night or Sunday night show?
Used to be,
and he would have a camera in streets and he would cross to that street hoping people would be they would have that much chance of someone in a street watching them that they'd be like flick your porch light on and off, and that's why our cameraman would know that you're watching. And these days, if you said that on live TV, it'd be a much
good luck
tougher
gig,
and you can't do that on Netflix because no one's watching at the same time.
Yeah. Unless it's live.
But Netflix, they did that stupid sky climbing tower. Did you see that on the weekend?
I heard about it.
What the hell?
I didn't watch it. Yeah.
How's that a television event?
I can watch paint dry for one.
They gave him like $500,000 to climb a tower live.
Yeah.
Mr. B said I would have given him far more money to do it on my channel, which is hilarious. But there is no... Like I was thinking about it in a celebrity sense, right? And not to bring up Carl again, but I was thinking about, a modern day people who are recognisable across Australia, right?
Yep.
I mean, there's not many, to be honest. But, someone like Carl, I don't think he can walk through a shopping centre and not be recognised, right?
Yeah. Like Shervo or something like that as well.
Same. There's not many of them, though. And I think that what we have is the last generation of celebrity.
Maybe.
Because even if you're
saying like the online, like the influencers and those people who have got big followings of the new celebrities.
Let's use someone we know, Kane and Pia, right? Kane and Pia.
Yeah.
Pia's, got millions and millions of followers on Instagram. But apart from the fact that she's beautiful and she's normally wearing beautiful clothes and stands out in a crowd, I'd
have 2 million followers too if I look like that.
Probably. Yeah. Let's say you're just walking through Westfield dressed like everyone else, right? With no way of standing out. I'm not sure. They'd be like, oh my God. Now, it might happen here and there, but not on the regular like it would to a celebrity of old. Yeah. Like a Rob McManus is another example, right?
I reckon today it'll be probably your sports stars that get recognised of that. Yeah.
Correct.
Your
athletes are probably the remaining.
Yeah.
But they've got to be elite level.
Like, of course. Yeah. They're like first graders. Like,
mate, no, I don't think. Yeah. I don't think a first grade footballer is recognised. There's probably three. Yeah. There's probably three.
Your marquee players would be like, Yeah.
I don't think James Tedesco could walk. I think he could safely walk through Westfield Hornsby and not have a major issue.
I reckon people would know who he is.
Okay. Yeah. But what I'm saying is the modern influencer.
Yeah. Wouldn't get recognised in the street.
No.
Well, there's a lot of influencers that probably you and I have never heard of, and they've got millions of followers, right?
Well, it happens, right? We turn up at an event, you're like,
who's that? And they've got 17 million followers. Okay. Yeah. So you're right. But it's like... what's our mate's name? He's got 17 million followers on Junpei. And he texts me like when he needs advice and stuff, and asks, I'm going to this event. Have you ever been there before? And I sort of word him up. I connected him to Samsung recently as well. But I think he'd be one of those people that if you walked him through somewhere and people who are not looking at their phones, that's where he's recognised when people are looking at their device. So he walked through in public somewhere, his audience wouldn't recognise him.
Because those numbers are always global.
Yeah. He's got a lot of followers probably in the US.
Unless he's providing those stats to someone. How many of them are Australian?
Yeah, true.
Of those 17 million, I can think of a couple of Aussies who have 1 million on, say, TikTok. And I'm like, I bet you any money there's only 100,000 that are in Australia.
Aussies, right.
That directly impacts your ability to be at a celebrity level.
It goes to show, though, what I remember. I was listening to the Smartless podcast on the way here, and they were talking to...
Should have won the Golden Globe.
Yeah, I agree, mate. Yeah, they got dudded, I reckon. And they were talking about how they don't make a lot of comedy films anymore.
Yeah.
They don't, because people... Jason Bateman says, because people are getting their bite-sized comedy on social media. Yeah, here's me. I laugh my ass off looking at this, and so people get their fix.
Yeah, that's true.
In that, and so they're not making a lot of comedy films. It's not like you don't watch the little clips of action movies, do you? You watch the little comedy bits is what is probably more relevant, more digestible on social media. So I think they were talking about, like, Judd Apatow had commented that, it's hard to get a comedy movie made now because there's so much competition from social media. We've got to keep engaged for longer than 30 seconds. Yeah, interesting how it's all drifting that in different directions now, isn't it? And how live TV, like 30 years ago, TV personalities were the big celebrities. Yeah. Today, not so much. A lot of people don't watch live TV. No. Like how often would your kids watch live TV?
Only when I'm on. If I tell them. Only if I tell them.
Today's show, and
the news. We watch the news.
Yeah, I watch the news live every day. I watch. I have the TV on when I'm working at home, and you think at night. I'm straight onto my streamers. I'm after the news. Okay. What show? What episode?
And even
of my
maths,
show?
You'll watch in delay. You'll watch on.
I'll probably watch
now,
it. I don't think I'll watch it. I don't think I'll watch it live. I'll try to, but I don't know if I'm going to be. I say it every year. I don't know if I'm going to watch it, but I.
You will. You always do.
The hooks get sunk into me, and I always come back to it. Now, are you a maths fan?
Not at all.
Is your wife a maths fan?
Not at all. No one.
She doesn't like maths.
No.
What?
No.
Yeah, that's Joe and I watch maths together. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know if you've forgotten, but this isn't the private feed.
Yeah, right.
I feel like we went pretty deep into the private feed there.
We did, eh? That's all right. Bonus material, mate. Bonus material.
Private feed's going to be a cracker. I can't wait to do it.
There was a tech aspect to the discussion, though.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Social media.
I just looked at the clock and went,
holy hell.
We should probably do this.
Welcome to Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Not a bad price.
With Trevor Long from EFTM.com.
Really handy device.
And Stephen Fennick from techguide.com.au.
Yeah, it's great to have your company, Stephen, here on episode 717.
717.
We are Talking Tech.
Edging closer to our 15th anniversary.
We are edging closer.
I just had my Tech Guide 15th anniversary,
Happy anniversary
last week. Thank you very much.
Lovely birthday cake you AI generated. Very well done.
Yeah, did you like it? Yeah, that was on Grok. I did that. Grok.
Oh, my God, that's disgusting. Why would you use that?
Oh, because they come up with better results, mate. I find that what I asked for, the better result.
Okay.
I did the same query through ChatGPT and Gemini, and they were crap compared to what
there it is.
Generator. Yeah.
All thanks to the great people at Netgear and Arlo. We'll tell you about them shortly. And if you are looking to buy some home networking equipment, we'd appreciate you supporting Netgear. And likewise, if you're into home security, Arlo's got you covered. A bit of an Apple week this week. Few news drops. A strange one with new Apple AirTags that look exactly the same as the old ones. They're just called the new Apple AirTags. Same price. But the way to tell them the difference is if you turn it over, the writing on the back of the AirTag is in capitals.
Really?
On the silver backing, all of the writing except the word AirTag is in capitals on the new one.
I've got a question straight away.
Yeah.
Will they still sell the old one?
No.
So
they'll just be
whatever you see in store is going to be the new one.
Well, no, because obviously there'll
be some stock left.
Because you remember, let's reflect here. When they first came out 4 years ago, they were a hot thing, and then suddenly everyone was like, "This is a dangerous item for kids because there's a button battery in it." And Officeworks stopped selling them because they're idiots, which was the dumbest decision I've ever seen in my life. Notably, Officeworks selling AirTags again because they've noticed they're missing out on missing a trick. Yeah. You'll find there'll be stock changes.
So left over in the channel, you reckon?
I would be wanting to ask the question, is it and I think you'll find they'll be discounted. I think the Generation 1 that's still in stock will be discounted. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think, the AirTags were pretty popular to begin with, so it was hard to find stock in the best of times. But really, the differences are not cosmetic, other than the text on the back. Yeah.
It's a 50% louder speaker, which is going to make finding it easier.
Especially when your keys are tucked right into the cushions
as
of the
lounge. The ultra-wideband chip, which is on more recent generation phones and watches, which means better precision finding from further away. The Bluetooth's also improved. So basically, it's easier to find, better to find, and easier to listen to as well.
So that louder speaker is a big one.
Yeah, I know. It's important because, and for two reasons. One, for you to find your keys tucked in the couch, but also
if it's something's covered.
If someone has stuffed an AirTag in your backpack without your knowledge, you'll hear it better.
Absolutely right. Yeah, and there's still those safeguards too. Remember, Apple came up with, you'll be alerted if you're being tracked without your, without your knowledge,
which works on Google phones and vice versa. If
in fact,
Google
wasn't it
tracking,
Google and Apple sort of went together in that? In that.
So if you've got a Google tracking device device, then it'll show up on an Apple phone as well if it's being followed around.
So, and then also too, haven't they've done the shared location with, they've got deals with airlines.
Well, that's
too,
not
so
new, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's going to make that even better too. Now, the whole thing's going to be made even better.
Yeah.
The whole experience.
Here's what I struggle with Apple announcements. Just tell me what's new.
Yeah.
Just tell me exactly what's new.
Because
a lot of times in an Apple announcement, there'll be this, and now and then there's this ability to, share your tracker's location with an airline. Yeah. Been around for a few months. That's not new.
The relationship with more than 50 airlines already.
So Qantas is one of them. The only newness about this is the speaker.
Yep.
The Bluetooth and the ultra wideband tracking.
Yeah.
Which is great.
The new chip.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's new enough, isn't it? Is that enough features for it to be new?
100%.
And it's not called AirTag 2 or nothing. No,
it's called new AirTag.
New AirTag.
Yeah, I think you'll find on some places it'll say new AirTag. Yeah.
What about when it's been out for 6 months? It won't be new anymore.
Well, the new iPad was out for a whole year before iPad 2 came out.
Yeah, righto.
Was it the iPad 2 that came out?
It was the third one, I think they called the new iPad. Yeah, iPad 2 was iPad 2.
But what do they call the third one? No, iPad 2 was the new iPad.
Are you sure?
Yes, I was at the launch of the new iPad.
I think you were... No, hang on. You were at the launch of the third one. 2012.
Was that the one that was called the new iPad then?
That was 2012.
Was that the one that was called? One of them was called New iPad.
Yeah, it was at 2012 because I was at the iPad 2 launch after having just started Tech Guide and being surprised that I was there, that they still invited me on the trips.
Yeah.
And then the following year, you got the gig. It was after we kicked off the podcast.
Yeah.
The podcast's been running for a bit and you got the gig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2012, March.
Pretty much. And didn't you have a talk to Robert Penfold?
At the front, yeah.
I spoke to him when because I was at the original iPad launch in 2010.
Yeah, right.
And I remember having a chat to him then.
How did we get onto that? Anyway, no, I don't think Apple is using the term new at all, but I think that's just the way if they're in the press release, it might say those kind of things.
I'm surprised they didn't put a number on it. AirTag 2.
They just call it the next generation of AirTag. In their wording on the website, it says the next generation.
So why don't they do that with their phones? Why isn't it just the iPhone? Like, we're up to iPhone 17.
Let's get over the numbers, folks.
Yeah, like, do you reckon, will they ever do that, you reckon? Like, how silly will it sound if I'm buying an iPhone 27? Like,
well, iPhone SE exists that way.
Yeah.
There's been 3 generations of that, and they don't number it. That's why I think iPhone Air could easily live every couple of years and just get refreshed.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's
iPhone Pro
iPhone should
easily
do it too, don't you reckon?
iPhone Pro Max, iPhone. Keep it simple, folks.
Yeah, and just you can tell what one it is based on the processor.
Yeah, and sometimes the look or the colour choices.
The name. Yeah, keep the name. Yeah.
It's not rocket science.
The naming conventions at Apple, we don't know.
Now, the other news from Apple this week relates to high blood pressure.
Apple Watch.
Great topic because I have hypertension.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah. We've discussed this.
I know we have, but hypertension is really high blood pressure.
No, hypertension is
just elevated
blood pressure. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So high blood pressure is the diagnosis is hypertension. You
still got it, or you taking a?
I'm taking tablets. Yeah, I'm taking tablets, and so I can't test this watch because I'm on medication. So I can't.
And you've got to be over 22. You've
got to be over 22, and you can't have previously been diagnosed with hypertension. Now, to be very, very clear, Samsung Galaxy Watch is capable of doing a blood pressure check.
Yeah.
So what you do is you have your own cuff, or you borrow one, and you wear the cuff, you wear the watch, you start a configuration on the watch, you do a test, you tell the watch what the result was, and it goes, okay, that correlates, and from then on for a month or 3 you can do blood pressure tests on the
based
Samsung
on
Galaxy
the
Watch.
Initial thing,
You don't need to wear the cuff.
You sort of calibrate it.
Correct. Calibration is the best word. Correct. I got that wrong.
Yep.
And so the Apple Watch does not do that. I'm going to be very clear here. I've already had a lot of confusion about this. All the Apple Watch does is over the course of 30 days, it is able to use the optical sensor to look at how your blood vessels react to the pumping of the heart, the beating of the heart.
Yep.
And they've tuned an algorithm based on hundreds of thousands of watches in use and 2,000 in a clinical trial to determine an algorithm for those blood vessels that says, hang on a minute, this could be hypertension.
Yeah.
And what it does after 30 days, it says we've detected signs of potential hypertension. Yeah. And it tells you that. And then it says, seek medical advice, and we recommend you start a blood pressure log. The Apple Watch can't do that log for you.
No.
You need to have a cuff.
Other way of Samsung.
You need to have a cuff.
Yeah.
And you need
third-party cuff.
You need to do that measurement. You need to manually log it, or you're using a cuff that automatically, like the Withings, will log it into Apple Health.
As long as you've got a value for your blood pressure.
As long as you can provide that value either automatically or manually, the watch will not do that for you. It will only detect an alert to hypertension. And critically, if you've been diagnosed with hypertension, you can't then get detected because, and I said this to someone this morning, look, I could stop my meds. Because I've never had a problem with blood pressure. It hasn't caused me an issue, right? And frankly, I've probably had it for 20 years because it turns out my dad had it and he was 29 when he died. So if he had high blood pressure in his 20s, I've probably had it in my 20s, right?
Could be hereditary.
So it's quite likely I've had it for a very long time, never had an effect. But it would be stupid for me to... I've been diagnosed. I know what it is.
Keep an eye on it.
I check my blood pressure every couple of days now. Make sure the meds are working.
Yeah, but that's the good thing about this, and this adds to the many other health features of Apple Watch.
Yeah.
That this is a condition that has no symptoms.
That's right.
So you can be, unless you see a doctor regularly, you could be walking around with hypertension and not know it.
And even when you see a doctor, they call it white coat syndrome or white coat. If I don't know what it's called, but anyway, bottom line, you have high blood pressure when you're
because you're at the doctor's.
I'm nervous. I don't want to. What's happening here? Why are you taking my blood pressure? Right?
Sure.
My blood pressure readings are severely different at home as they are at the doctor.
Yeah, right.
There might be 20 points different in it. Because you're at the doctor.
According to Apple, that this is an issue that affects more than 1.3 billion adults globally.
40% of them,
and they don't know. They don't know they've got it. So it's and hypertension, by the way, leads to things like heart attacks, strokes, kidney disease.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of risks associated with it. And if you don't know you got it, then the potential for you to develop one of these horrible things is elevated. So if you don't know, then you can't do anything about it. But if you do know, then
it's
take
very
blood pressure,
similar. Obviously, the watch can do an ECG, but the idea of your watch telling you have an irregular heartbeat or you're suffering from AFib,
high or low,
those notifications are simply saying we think this is happening. Now, in some cases, you can take action like an ECG and then go to the doctor,
get it checked out.
But really, the point here is that by default now, people with a Series 9, 10, 11, or Ultra 2 or 3. They're the only ones that can do this because of the optical sensor.
And they need the processor and the sensor, the new optical sensor.
Those people, if 100,000 people get a notification, go to their doctor and then monitor their blood pressure for a month and then get on meds and reduce their blood pressure.
Potentially save.
That's saving
50,000 people. Yeah.
Who knows how many lives?
Exactly right. Yeah, no,
it's remarkable.
I think again another feather in the cap of Apple with the Apple Watch and its health features. We've seen so many, and we've all heard the stories about people having warnings about low blood pressure, low heart rate, higher heart rate, and fall detection. All these things that literally save their lives.
Yeah.
So this is again improves Apple's credentials with Apple Watch, and yet another health feature that so many people are interested in. Like I got stopped in a shopping centre the other day. Some woman saying, "Look, I'm not very technical. I hear you on the radio. Like I want to get a watch. I had a fall and I was stuck for a day or so." I'm thinking, okay, so. People are aware of the possibilities with Apple Watch and other smartwatches too, to be fair. And I think they're paying more attention to something like this that could potentially save their life or help them in some way.
Look, and it sounds very Apple fanboyish because there's definitely health benefits to other smartwatches, Withings, Samsung. There's great things being done, but you got to be real here. Apple spends a lot of time and money on something that I don't think sells them watches.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I think there's a lot of watches being sold for fall detection and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But no one's buying a watch to find out if they've got hypertension.
Maybe.
No one.
Well, I know people are buying it for heart.
If you're looking to find out if you've got hypertension, you buy a blood pressure monitor.
Yeah. But also too, I agree. But look, it's just another reason, another thing you can have that had to go through the Therapeutic Goods Administration because it makes this technically a medical device.
That's right.
So and it passed all through there. That's why we're talking about it today. But it is mate. I think it is something that sells watches. That can people are thinking like that woman in the shopping centre the other day was asking me. She said, "Look, fall detection. I need this," and I said, "Look, it can't hurt. You've got." I said, "Look, you're an iPhone, so Apple Watch will work perfectly with this."
Yeah.
So people are looking at it. Like I remember buying it for my dad years ago when he had he'd have elevated heart rate and then have a low heart rate. And I said, look, I'll get you an Apple Watch. We'll keep an eye on it. He ended up going to the doctor. He said, look, showed him everything. I said, look, yeah, we can go on your health app and show him. He goes, yeah. But he goes, that's your heart's healthy. I just don't know why you're doing why that's happening. But at least he had it checked out. It's not like he had some heart disease or anything, but the ability to be able to monitor it like that.
Yeah.
You think about like being able to keep an eye on something, get ahead of something if there's something develops is better than trying to fix it after the event.
I reckon they wanted to do blood pressure, but they fell short in their own testing, and so they had to find a better way, which is just a notification as opposed to it.
Because you described the Samsung, how Samsung do it. They technically measure your blood pressure, but because you've given them a value, they go, okay, so we see inside your body and it looks like this, and that equates to this this blood pressure. So any changes here or there, we can kind of guesstimate the changes in your blood pressure.
Yep.
So, and that's sold a lot of watches too. I know a lot of people, a lot of my readers have said, they heard about the blood pressure. I'm thinking, that's if you've got high blood pressure. Well, now with the hypertension, kind of covering more bases.
Honestly, the best thing you can own if you've got hypertension or you're worried about it is a Withings blood pressure monitor.
Cuff,
They're the coolest.
A third party. I got is it Omicron?
Yeah,
one?
but the Withings one syncs directly to the Apple Health.
So it puts it in the health.
Yeah.
So you don't have to tap it in manually.
And like I go to my doctor and she goes, "How's it been going?" And I just go, "Here's a printout from Withings. It's your health report." And it shows, because it's fascinating, I've been on the drugs since kind of mid-December, and you can just see it drops down to it used to be level 2 and then it dropped down to level 1, and now I'm in the green. Like it's
nice.
Yeah, it's genuine data. It's amazing what data does to help reinforce. A lot of doctors are a bit skeptical about using any of this stuff and they just want to do the readings themselves. But when you say to them, I've been doing readings twice a day and here's the data, they're like, okay, you're taking it seriously, I'll take it seriously. I find
that's another point to make too, that the information that's gathered by Apple Watch and other smartwatches, it's credible information that the doctors respect. They think, okay, they take notice of it.
If your doctor doesn't, I'm getting a new doctor.
Absolutely, yeah. No, these are pretty accurate. And as we said, they've gone through Therapeutic Goods Administration. They've gone through the right channels to be technically medical devices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. So that's now available. Hypertension detection is now available. You've got to update to the watch to the latest watchOS, your phone to the latest iOS, and then boom, go through the process. Look in the settings because a lot of this stuff needs to be turned on. A lot of this stuff is opt-in, not opt-out.
I've put in instructions on my store on how to do it. Did you do the same, mate?
No.
About you go.
People are pretty smart.
You need to receive the notifications and what devices you need and all the little settings you need to turn on the hypertension notifications.
Definitely. And while you're there, turn on the AFib and all the hard stuff.
Do everything. Yeah. Go big or go home.
Yeah.
Do it all.
Give me everything. Yeah. Give me all the info, folks. You can read more about that at EFTM.com and techguide.com.au.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
And we do it all thanks to the great people at Netgear, netgear.com.au, and Wi-Fi 7 is where you want to be at. Why should you upgrade your Wi-Fi, says everyone? Well, to maximise the NBN speed that you are paying for, because you can use Wi-Fi 7 to do that. Faster plans than ever before are being rolled out by the NBN, with multi-gigabit speeds now available nationwide. But without the latest Wi-Fi, you won't be getting the full benefit. So your old router might be holding you back. Netgear Wi-Fi 7 routers and mesh systems are built for this new era of internet in your home, designed to keep pace with the upgraded NBN, so you're getting ultra-fast connectivity, whole home coverage, and future-proof performance. So don't get left behind. Upgrade now. There's a range of great products from Netgear. You can find them all at netgear.com.au, and you can find all about Wi-Fi 7 and why it matches the faster NBN as well, right there at netgear.com.au.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
So, for years, and I still get it now, people on the phone, they go, "I'm looking for a new TV. I've got a Sony Bravia. I love those." There's a real brand loyalty around the Sony Bravia, I believe. Probably stronger than almost any other brand loyalty in the TV space. Yet this week, Sony sold 51% of their TV business to TCL.
Really?
That's Sony going, we're out.
Yeah.
We can't compete with LG's OLED. We've been buying their displays. We can't compete with Samsung. They've been number one for 20 years.
Well, they had a partnership, didn't they? They had a joint venture with Samsung at one point to produce panels together in the early 2000s, 2005 to 8 or something like that. And they came they were sort of late to the party with the flat screens. They were really, remember the Sony Trinitron TVs? Remember those? Where that were like, for tube TVs, that was just pure. It was really nice. And I think they were hanging on a bit to that before moving into the flat screen market. And they've trailed.
But what they built with the Bravia brand was essentially saying, look, we can take any panel. So they were buying LG OLED displays, and they were making a TV that had unique technology, it had a unique processor, it did different color processing and all those things, right? Yep. So there was a difference, and there is a difference. And then they would go, we're just going to go with Google TV because that's a good operating system. We're not going to deal with all the other stuff. But they just couldn't crack it. Apart from their loyal customers, I just don't think they could crack it. So what's fascinating to me is here, okay, so Sony keeps 49% of the business basically so they can keep the money rolling in from whatever TCL do the business. But I would argue what TCL does here is they go, right, give us all your best TV engineers. We'll take them. We'll take all these Bravia smart people and
we'll make those panels.
We will now make TVs with those smart so that we can, because TCL makes great panels, right? Yeah. So now TCL can effectively, potentially in a year or two, compete with the likes of Samsung and LG at the entire ecosystem level, from the processor to the panel and the whole thing.
But
and what they can do,
there'll still be Sony branded
yes,
TVs.
But what they can do is they can have a split market. They can go, right, let's just keep TCL pumping away at bashing Hisense, right?
Yeah. And
let's let Sony be the brand we use to bash
up
LG and
other
Samsung.
Countries. Yeah, right.
So if I'm at TCL, that's what I'm doing. I'm going, right, I want you to build the best TVs you can, and then I want all the best ones to be our premium Sony Bravia TVs, and I want you to target them price point, range, and everything at LG and Samsung, and then I want you to build the best of that can be made affordable into the TCL brand, and I want you to target Hisense at the low and mid and high end.
Yeah,
smart.
Absolutely, yeah.
But is this not remarkable to you?
It is. Yeah, it's a big move. I think TCL, massive benefit for them, but I think it all comes back to TCL's production capabilities. We've known that they're a display company. They've got from phone screen to TV screen. They manufactured everything in house there, and so Sony has always sort of been the nomad in that industry, where they've all their various partnerships, and they went to LG and they formed a partnership with Samsung and now TCL. So hopefully this one will work for them, because let's face it, Sony market share in TVs has really been eroded over the years. Companies like Hisense have sort of stolen a bit of their market share, as has Samsung's has gotten even bigger. LG OLED really took off, and they sort of cornered the market there. Interestingly, Sony, as you said, a lot of brand loyalty, and still associated with quality. Like 100%. Sony brand, if anything's made by Sony, you think it's top notch, whether it's audio product, TV. Mate, my projector in my theatre's a Sony, and it's awesome. So Sony carries a lot of weight. The name carries a lot of weight in terms of quality and premium.
But see, now stop you right there and think. Imagine Sony sold its projector business to Hisense, who make great projectors, right?
Yeah.
So, and this is not at all real. I'm just putting it in your mind, though, because you value that Sony projector so much. So then 4 years down the track, are you going to have the same faith in the Sony brand? Hisense is a bad example because we love them, but are you going to have the same faith in the Sony brand now that they have different owners, whoever they are?
Yeah, no, I think at its core, I think that it'll still be the Sony. What sets Sony apart will still be there, like their engineering and their the processing and how they value and create the picture quality and sound quality. That'll still be there. I'm hoping.
Sony had already announced at the late last year RGB technology, right? Yeah. Sony had already announced that. But Sony were not at CES and haven't been for years properly.
Yeah, that's another big thing too. Sony used to be a major feature of CES.
Correct.
When
who's bothering to go to their Monday afternoon press release?
Well, when Bravia was at
Will
its
Smith
peak.
was there in 2012.
Yeah, Tom Hanks and Ron Howard were there one year when Da Vinci Code was out.
So you look at it and you go, TCL didn't have RGB at CES this year that I saw.
They didn't.
No, I didn't see any RGB.
Because their stand was sort of right next to Hisense.
It was down that end, yeah.
Well, they actually, the old footprint of Samsung was sort of half Hisense and half TCL.
A little bit.
They sort of were, one wasn't completely in the old Samsung space. Yeah. They kind of shared it, I think.
But I think TCL goes, we kind of need their smarts and their knowledge. But was their RGB announcement based on a panel partnership with someone else? Just in the same way that their OLEDs are just LG displays. Were they with someone else? Would be fascinating to see what comes out of Sony this year based on that.
This is it is a smart partnership, because both companies, if they play to their strengths, you're going to get a bloody good TV because TCL make great displays. Sony have always got great processing, colour technology and all of that. Bring them together, then Sony might have a bit of a resurgence in the market.
It's good potential.
Yeah. The other thing that went against the two in the past was they tended to price themselves a little bit higher.
It's a Sony Bravia.
Yeah, to kind of underline the premium nature of their TVs. But then when companies like Hisense came in, Samsung sharpened the pencil a little bit too. That really put them under a bit of pressure, and so that's what was brand loyalty for a lot of customers for a long time. They thought they got to a point where this is a lot cheaper. I'm out.
The only reason I've been recommending Sony TVs of late is because they've got Google TV.
Google TV, yeah. And so Chromecast sort of built in.
The whole Google operating system built in. The apps are all there, and it's just ready to go. It's the best operating system.
Will that continue under this partnership yet?
Well, TCL mainly do Google as well. I think so.
That works out.
You know what? The Samsung operating system, the LG operating system, the Hisense operating system, I don't think any of them are any better than the other ones. I think Google is the simplest and best. But see, those three I just mentioned, they've got revenue streams through advertising, and there's reasons why they do their own thing.
And they also lend them out to other brands. Like I've seen, you'd see TVs at Aldi that says, Samsung's Tizen, LG's WebOS.
That's because LG wants to put ads in it. They're happy to market it out that way.
Yeah.
Whereas Google does sell ads, but it's probably less of a revenue source for them as other operating systems do. So I'm fascinated. I think it's a really interesting move.
Yeah.
I don't think we're really going to see the fruits of it for some time, though.
So you're not going to see any Sony TCL TVs this year?
Oh, there'll be new TVs from both of them.
Later in the year?
They're already in the pipeline.
Oh, you mean as a result of this partnership?
I think this partnership booms at CES 2027.
Right. So you still thinking they're obviously going to keep TVs under the Sony brand and the TCL brand.
Correct.
But sharing...
If I'm the boss at TCL...
You don't want to merge the brands.
I tell Sony, you're buying back the space you had 2 years ago. You can put your cars up the back and we're putting TVs at the front of the booth at CES.
Absolutely, yeah.
So that people can see Sony TVs again.
Because I'll be going to, I'll be going to CES for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
And the Sony stand and the press conference was one of the highlights of the show.
It was an absolute highlight.
It was a must-see.
For sure.
All the Sony stuff, all their new TVs, their new Bravias, which celebrity is going to be at the press conference this year, because of their connections with still Sony PlayStation, Sony Pictures. So...
Well, I think that's just Sony going, we're just going to focus. We're going to focus on PlayStation, entertainment, whatever.
They can return to where they were, mate. If they really wanted to, imagine bringing that back, that same feel of the company back then.
Well, I don't think it'll happen.
Okay.
But at CES, I think they could at least display TVs.
Yeah, it was.
That'd be the smart move.
It was conspicuous by their absence.
Huge TV news, and not even about big TVs this week.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
Well, the two blokes have started down a path since before Christmas. You'd admit, we've both become big fans of 3D printing. Are you? I'm totally obsessed.
Ridiculous,
now. And it's all thanks to Bamboo Lab, who sent us both a H2C printer. Trevor got his 2 weeks before mine, but anyway. This is a $3,700 printer.
I've spent $1,200 on filament, I think.
Yeah, mate, I've bought more AMS2 Pros as well. I've got more. I've got 2 more in my one. Anyhow, they've sent me a bill basically, but. Mate, what I've been able to produce, and look, the great thing, and I reviewed this on Tech Guide, so if you've heard this on Tech Guide, I apologise. Great podcast, by the way. But I found that I'm always wanting to print something.
Yeah.
If the printer's sitting there not printing...
It's Wednesday as we record.
A TIE fighter.
Okay.
A TIE fighter that had to have 6 different plates. Now, a plate is one print on the thing, and it needed 6 plates to get it all. I'm going to put it all together when I get home. The last plate was printing as I left. But before that, how's this, right? Last week I printed I said I bought myself some, in IKEA cupboards called Platza is the name of the cupboard.
Right.
And the cupboards come with just doors. And I'm thinking, that's a nice look, plain, minimal look. And I can still open the cupboards. And I'm thinking, you know what? I can't still open the cupboards. I need handles. I need to get handles. And I looked on the IKEA website. They were like, $10 a pair. And then I went, hang on a minute. I looked in the Bamboo Handy app and I thought, hang on a minute. I could print my own. And I printed 9 little handles designed for precisely my cupboard. And I'm thinking, how good's that? And I could have bought them. I thought, no, I take more pride in doing them.
I'm on 3D printer Instagram now. It's wild, so many reels. So, by the way, is Amanda.
Yeah.
Last night, as I went to bed, I hit print, and they're still down on the printer. I haven't taken them off, on some clamps that go on your desk that have, they screw in, and then you put your cable through and you screw a cable. So they're cable holders, basically. I thought I'll get some of those. 2 days ago, so Amanda is so into it now. She's sending us things to print, right?
Okay.
So she sent me 2 days ago. She sent it to Harry, but Harry can't watch Instagram, so it's a waste of time. Anyway, she sent me a thing for painter's tape. So you got a roll of painter's tape, right? Yeah. And you got to peel the tape and rip it. No, you peel the tape and rip it.
Yeah.
And it's always it's a plastic clamp that goes over it. The tape feeds through, and it's a cutter. So you cut it straight.
How is that?
You cut straight. She uses the cricket, the 3 what's called masking tape for her cricket machine.
Yeah.
And mate, so the other one, and we'll do a video on this at some point. We saw a video in the US of a person going through a drive-through with a magic wand to pay for their McDonald's.
Yeah, I saw it.
So we printed that for Amanda.
What?
It's a wand.
So and there's a credit card in it.
But what blew me away about this print, right, was so you print it's a wand, it's a star, and you have to pull off all the print residue, the standard stuff,
yeah.
And then you print the handle for it, and it's a thread and a screw, and it all just bloody
fits
works
perfectly. Yeah.
It's amazing to me how many things like those fidgets you've printed.
I've got the fidgets heaps
that you
of them,
take off and you go, it's just come off the printer, and it all interacts and works.
Absolute, like to the millimeter, to less than
it's
like 0.2 of a millimeter is the thinnest you can print, right? And all the different hot ends on the side, it takes this one and takes this one, and the different filaments as well. I'm learning more about the filaments. Like you get filaments that are stronger. You say for example, you want to print, your hose attachment's broken. You can print another one, but there's a special type of PLA filament that's stronger for that purpose. Right. There's others that are I see people printing shoes and sandals and stuff that are softer, right? And there's others that glow in the dark. I
received, I don't know, 30 rolls of filament yesterday.
30?
I don't know. It was a lot. It was a lot. I just went every colour.
I was going back.
I just went every colour. And then I opened one and I realised I'd bought refill rolls. So they don't have the plastic.
Oh,
the big, the
actual
plastic.
The actual
the
holder.
first 8 that I bought had the plastic thing, and these ones don't. So
they just got the cable on. I know the one you mean.
Yeah,
you got to unscrew the thing and then put it on and screw it back.
You meant to have an empty one and put this in, and I'm like, I've stuffed that up.
Reel.
Oh, so I've got to buy a bunch of those or something.
Yeah, no, I got a whole bunch. When I bought my other AMS2 Pro, I got 3 now, so I got 12.
So just to be clear, so basically there's only 2 print heads, but what you can do is you can have this machine sitting on top that has 4 colours in it, and it can feed the 4 colours in as needed.
I'm going to get another one down the track and make it the left one. Or even all 3 of those are into the right. The left one was playing up for some reason. I couldn't. The filament, I think it was maybe the roll that I had attached to it. It just wouldn't feed through properly. So I was always using just the right one.
Yeah, I had that as well.
Yeah. I reckon it might have been the roll that I had with it.
I decided to put in just a coloured one, like a white, so that because I thought it was just the black, that it was not seeing it properly, not detecting it.
So still not working for you?
No, the white's going fine. Yeah.
Okay, on your left one.
Yeah.
So it's on the outside of the thing. Okay.
Yeah. So you've got 3 AMSs going into just one slot
into the right hand side. Yeah.
Why?
That's how they recommended you do it.
But why? What is the benefit of that?
I just want more colours.
Yeah, but you just the colours come out so easily.
Yeah, no, but I just
wanted
AMS. I wanted it to be easier, and I got different. I got like because it can print up to 7 colours in one print, and you can have the maximum reels attached is 24, and with the printer. All the AMSs are sort of feeding into the one tube, but there's like a little splitter that came with the printer. Did you notice that? Yeah. So there's one tube going in there, and then the other 3 are going to the AMSs. But if I get another AMS, I'll connect it to the left side. Yeah, to have that.
And just for context, so we talked about, this is quite new for us, but 12 years ago, I bought a 3D printer from Officeworks for $1,500. I've still got it downstairs. Yeah. The thing, I remember it being amazing. I remember it being so much money. I was like, wow, what have I just done? But I printed a chess set. I printed little toys for the kids because 12 years ago, Jackson was 7, right? So this was really cool to have these little trains and stuff,
about
right?
10 years ago too.
And the thing is, apart from, so a couple of things, I've had some failings with that filament going in. There's a couple of other little issues, but nothing major, right?
Reformatting the drive.
Reformatting the USB drive is just stupid.
Every time you disconnect, you got to reformat.
So for that reason, I haven't been able to actually design anything myself and take it to the printer. I can't work that out. But anyway, we'll get to that at some point.
Yeah, I'm going to try to learn that.
But the number one thing about this, if you tried 3D printing 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and you didn't love it, back in the day for my Cube 3D, there's a glass square that would be like a CD size, right?
Yep.
You had to get like glue, stick of glue. You'd have to glue that down at just the right amount of glue that it wasn't too sticky, but it was sticky enough
on the plate
to make the filament stick, right?
Yeah.
But now this thing heats itself up, and it's all done automatically.
That's finished.
Yeah.
And the good thing too is I'm just showing Trevor through the Bamboo Handy app. There's a camera you can view. There's my one. I'll make mine full screen.
I've just shown the freeze frame of the thing, but anyway,
I'll make mine full screen. There's my print of that's the last piece of the TIE Fighter that I just printed. Look at that.
Right.
That's the inside.
Well, this is a time lapse,
Yeah.
right, of mine last night building these clips that I made. And so I made like 15 of the bloody things, right?
Yeah.
So you can see the kind of the bolts, and they're done. Like, that's just crazy.
Yeah, and the time lapses are great. Well, we're watching, if you've included them on your review, I've included them on mine. And I've also printed, like, apart from stuff, like I printed, I think I mentioned before, I printed Jo a colander so she can wash her fruit. I've printed her a remote holder so you can put her glasses and remotes.
Yep.
I've printed a pen holder. I even printed one from my mother-in-law. She wanted the remote holder as well.
This is
other practical things I've done.
This is the masking tape thing I did for Amanda.
Wow.
So it's just a little
That
plastic
is cool.
thing that you put on the masking tape.
Wow.
You feed it through, and then you can just cut the masking tape just with a simple slick.
I made a colander for Hayley too. She wanted one as well.
Yeah, Amanda didn't love the colander.
Did you try it?
It doesn't really do enough.
It's only for small fruit.
You can't but you take a box of blueberries and you put it in there. It doesn't do them all. Like it does. It needs to be a bit bigger.
You put the water in the spout and it makes a whirlpool in there?
Mate, I know how it works.
All right. Ours works great.
Yeah.
You need a bit more water pressure.
Maybe you need more pressure. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, but it's, I've got to say, it is, in my story on Tech Guide, I said this is a product that's just led to a new obsession.
Yeah, I definitely called it addictive because it's definitely addictive.
What can you, I'm just thinking, every day I'm thinking, what can I print? I printed, and you can see this in my story, I even printed myself.
Yeah, I didn't like
Did you see? Did you see it? I found this print that was called the Statue, and you just put in a photo, and as long as you got your whole head in it, it'll make a 3D version of that and print it. It got pretty bad likeness.
I am this
I'm
close
get the photo and show
to buying a proper 3D scanner. Like they're hundreds,
really?
if not thousands
you
of
could
dollars.
do that? What?
Yeah.
Oh, don't give me ideas, man. This is gonna give me some ideas here. I just want to show you that photo of the
a bobblehead is what I want to make. I want to
bobblehead,
like a decent, because I was talking about it with Tanya and Steve in Newcastle on Triple M, and and I said I wonder if I could turn your photos into bobbleheads. That'd be pretty cool.
So there's what I created. I created C-3PO. Looks using the gold filament. See how it's you can see this on Tech Guide. But I want to show you, for those who haven't read my story on Tech Guide, and shame on you if you haven't, the one of me and printing myself.
Brace yourselves if you're watching.
Printing myself.
If you're watching the video version, brace yourselves.
Oh, hang on.
It's a pretty scary photo, okay? I don't want you to be shocked. If there's kids watching, look away.
Yeah. So here he is.
Look away, kiddies.
Okay, here he is. So that's
Go up high. Keep going.
That's my photo. That's my picture on the left, right? And that's the resulting print is what came out. So
nothing
that's
like
what
you.
I put in, and that's what I got out.
That's like 15 kilos ago as well. Just
what about
what's doing with that? That photo's how old?
What about the poop chute? Did you make a poop chute for yourself?
Yeah, no, we just put a bucket back there.
I created a poop chute. Look,
I just put a bucket back there.
It's a little. It sits at the back, and so what happens? And I described in my review. I said the printer's a bit like a pet. It can make a bit of it leaves a bit of a mess sometimes. They're little spiral, little bits of filament. So when it's preparing for a job or clearing out another one, it creates these little bits of waste filament that it just spits out the back. And I created a little chute that part of it you screw to the back of it, and then it just clips onto it, so it just catches it all. Yeah. Wow.
I just put a plastic bucket there and it was fine.
It's a whole new world. Is it still here or are you taking it home?
No, mate, she would never allow that at home. Are you kidding?
Really? It's in my office at home, yeah.
Yeah, that's... Yeah. I mean, there was a contemplation. She said yesterday in the car, I said, we should take it home. And I said, it's quite big. She goes, it could be in your office on the end of the desk.
It's about the size of a bar fridge. It's probably smaller than a bar fridge.
I described it on the radio. I said it's smaller than a laundry appliance, but bigger than a kitchen appliance.
Yeah.
If you think about, like, it's not an air fryer.
It's like a big bar fridge is the size of it, yeah.
It's big. Yeah. But so she wanted it on, in my old office at home.
Yeah.
She said you put it on the table in there, but then I said it'd block the projector. I reckon it'd block the projector beam, right. So that's a hard no for me.
It's also, too, a little bit noisy. It's a bit...
I've never really been around when it's pumping.
Yeah, I'm sitting right next to it every day, right? So I never have it on on a Monday because I'm doing my podcast thinking, no, I can't be printing anything on Mondays because you wouldn't hear me. But
can you pause a print and restart it?
Yeah, you can, yeah. There was a couple of times where I got did you ever get the spaghetti warning, when it sort of loses track and just printing string? I got a couple of those warnings and it was like the boy who cried wolf. It was no such problem and I just said resume and it just started again.
Right, because I'm trying to work out how I could demonstrate on the Today Show.
Yeah. Like
if I pause the print and then lost power.
We'll start it. So I can just start a print and just keep it running.
No, but prints take hours. I want something that's... You need... Yeah. For television, I need something that's halfway done at least, and you can see what it is.
Oh, so you mean you need to start it at home? Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure you can resume. You can pause.
Pause, power off.
That's what I'm wondering. Okay, right. Okay.
I mean, I've got a little portable battery that might last 9 hours, but that's like as close as I could get.
Do it from here, mate. Do a live cross from here.
It's not the same. You want Carlos to look inside. And it's amazing, that kind of thing.
It's got a little door in it, door and light inside, and decent volume too. It's like 330 by 325 by 320, so decent printing volume.
I think I need to look up bobbleheads because making a Carl and Sarah bobblehead would be cool.
Oh yeah, wow, okay.
Is there a bobblehead in the?
You can use. I'll send you the thing I use to create the head.
It looks horrible. Honestly, I've not.
Yeah.
It didn't even look like you.
Come on, mate.
Bobblehead.
I didn't like the comment about the 15 kilos lighter. It's probably 10.
Was your face scan one? Was that just a job in the app?
Yeah.
And then in the app you upload your face.
Search for statue, and then it'll give you the option of uploading the photo, and then it slices it up and takes a few minutes to process it.
Right.
And then you send it to the printer.
Yeah, I'm looking for I want a legit bobblehead, the proper bobblehead thing. Because theoretically,
make it in their likeness, yeah. Right?
Yeah, personalised.
Just make a little statue of their heads. Just do like what I did.
Yeah, I need a much better photo of that. I just don't think it looked like you, mate. I'm being honest with you. I don't think it looked like you.
That's what it produced. So but that's part of the argument, isn't it? If you're going to do it for Carl and Sarah,
I don't want them to go, it doesn't look like you. I don't want them to go, it doesn't look anything like me.
It might just look exactly like them.
Or maybe I just need someone to actually come up with a 3D model of them. That's
maybe.
what I'll do. I'll see if I can find someone.
So you talking to get a 3D scan? Couldn't you? What about you? What's that feature on your phone now? You can take the for the Vision Pro that sort of spatial photo. Spatial. Can you take the spatial? No. You can take spatial photos now that are sort of 3D.
Yeah,
that won't work.
You want one? You want it? There should be an app that uses LiDAR.
I'm pretty sure there are apps that you can take photos of stuff and it turns it into 3D, but that's not making the 3D scan. Most of the time,
it's using AI. Yeah. I want something that's at least going to do like a 160-degree.
You put
scan.
Shit on my one. You don't reckon it looks like me?
Not at all.
Right. Okay. I thought there was some likeness.
Did you show Jo?
Yeah.
What'd she say?
Yeah, she laughed.
Oh, that's lovely.
She
honey.
laughed. Yeah.
Dinner's ready.
And I said, you want a photo of you? She goes, no, that's fine. Because that's right. She says, yeah, that's great. Dinner's ready.
This is going back to 2012 when I bought that 3D printer. It's within a year of that. I went to Melbourne, went to the Officeworks store there where they had a life-size photo booth thing, and I stood there and I got a photo taken and I got a little 3D me made.
Ooh.
It's at my mum's.
Right.
It used to be behind the bar and now it's at the front door. You open the front door of my mum's house and there's a 3D me sitting there.
Wow.
It's faded to buggery since then.
Could that be what you could use? Maybe
that would be the coolest thing, right? If I could.
Oh, well, let's do some homework, mate.
Because
you know what?
I think that's really cool.
I'm willing to explore. And I'm also willing to learn
to invest.
how to...
We got Harvey's in a scanner.
Well, yeah. Yeah, sure. But I want to learn myself on how I've got an idea for something.
I definitely want
That'd be a great skill to have.
So the thing I want to do, as we digress, into this, but you think about all the stuff, like the handles, right? The handles.
Yeah.
Imagine you could put a little number on each one of them so you can number the cupboards, or a Tech Guide logo, or whatever, right?
Yep.
That skill of opening it up in the Maker Studio, which is the software, and going, I want to type this here or do this here, it's bloody hard, mate. Harry opened it and it was overwhelming.
Well, I searched.
I agree with you. That would be cool to learn.
I actually bought all that, so they were free, but you can make a donation, and I gave them a couple of bucks. But I found on a third-party website a 3D print of the Jupiter 2, this Lost in Space spaceship.
Right.
And I downloaded it. It had the .stl files and everything, and I've dragged it into the Bamboo Labs app on my Mac, and mate, can't make head or tail of it. I'm thinking, how the hell do I do this and scale it or whatever?
Exactly.
Cannot get it to the next step.
I don't have the time in my life.
Yeah, I need someone
to really.
I need to watch. No, I need to watch a YouTube video of someone saying, right, here's how you do it.
Yeah, true.
If I can watch something like that,
I feel like that's my retirement.
But that's how I learned how to do the
that.
astrophotography stuff. Is watching just a shit ton of YouTube videos of experts doing it and showing, thinking, okay, I know what to do now. I've got to do this.
Right.
I think the same thing applies here, mate. I reckon we could learn that. Yeah. We could learn it.
You learn it, and then I'll get you to do it for me. Sure. You learn it and show me how to do it.
Sure.
All right, Two Blokes Talking 3D printers here on Two Blokes Talking Tech.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
Two Blokes Talking Tech is proudly supported by Arlo. Our great mates have some great products, and they also have a way for you to bundle and save. Now, I know a lot of people come to home security maybe for the first time, and that involves you buying several products to set yourself up, whether it's indoor camera, outdoor camera, floodlight, you want a doorbell, solar panel. The good news is that Arlo has a bundle and save section where you can save up to 20%. Now, how it works, you go to the Netgear the Arlo website, and you're able to put in your basket. So you'll get 10% bundle if you spend $500 and over, 50% if you spend $1,000 and over, and 20% if you spend $1,500 or more as well. And what's available on the Arlo website too is the essential security cameras, the new pan tilt indoor camera, pan tilt outdoor camera, the essential outdoor second generation cameras, the essential XL outdoor cameras as well. And then of course you got your Pro and your Ultra cameras, your solar panels, wired floodlights. And then you can also even bundle in the security plans as well. That's included in your total if you want to get the annual plan for the Arlo Secure Basic or the Arlo Secure Plus. That also adds up to your bundle, and then you can save, as we said, up to 20% on your purchase. So if you want to get started, you can bundle them all together and save while you're at it. Check it out at arlo.com.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
Gotta say, I was pretty excited about the new Netgear Nighthawk Mobile M7 router.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, the generations of these over the years have been pretty consistent, and it was really kind of the M5 that was my last, this is good.
Yeah.
Because it would work overseas and different things like that.
Yep.
But broadly
5G,
speaking, they've been the same, right? They've been this beautiful square little thing. I can remember the first one. I'd taken it to Canberra I think I was doing radio, and I was like, oh man, this is awesome. Now I've got really good bandwidth. And I've got the M6 now, and I take it everywhere in the world with me. I've got a US SIM card that stays in it, and I put it in there whenever I'm over in the US.
Just for your crosses and stuff.
For crosses and things, so I've got a backup connection. And then I thought, that's fine. What else would I need? And then they announced the M7. Now, the thing about this is it's got eSIM capabilities.
Yeah.
There's a new app, and they've partnered with an eSIM company to allow you to just go, right, I'm in Turkey, give me a SIM card.
Yeah.
Boom.
Well, eSIM, yeah. And
that's wild.
You get buy your data plan straight through the Netgear
in the same way that you can on a smartphone. You can download the Airalo app or use Simify website or whatever and go, I'm in Turkey or in Italy or London or US or wherever I am, and I want
Malta.
a SIM card, I want some data, done, go.
Boom.
Netgear's partnered up in the Netgear app so that you can do that. So I've got a US SIM card.
Still takes physical SIM cards, by the way.
Yeah,
so if you've still got a physical SIM, that's still fine.
So when we go to Berlin, I spend basically 3 hours of my first day on the ground going to a telco, signing up for a plan, and all that kind of rubbish.
Not anymore.
Done.
Yeah.
Tick a box, and I've got internet.
I think it's up to 140 countries too. They've got the SIM cards.
Good.
You can land in any of those countries.
It's also a new design. It's like a rectangle.
Yeah, it's a
shape.
bit longer. Hey? Yeah. But up to 32 connected devices, Wi-Fi 7, 5G, hotspot. And but that eSIM app, the Netgear app, is that's a game changer. I think.
Honestly, I've talked about this from a work point of view, but it's also fantastic when you're traveling as a family. So if you're someone that's doing lap of the map, caravanning, or whatever, this is the perfect internet for you at home.
Yeah,
but
if you got
when we went to Disney, when we went to America, I had my SIM card in this, and this was the internet the kids used. Yeah. We didn't need to connect to hotel Wi-Fi's or anything like that. This was the internet we carried everywhere with us.
So you think about, like, say, a family on a road trip, they can put this in the back, have this kids in the back just hook up to that signal.
If we go to America again and we're talking about it, we'll do a few different states. We'll probably do Texas and Washington and New York as well as California. Yeah. That's a bit of travel around, different hotels or Airbnbs or whatever. This device, done.
Yeah. Can cover especially too, like, you think when you're in a hotel, say you're traveling into America. I know. Well, in Vegas where I stayed, there was the limit of 2 devices on your Wi-Fi every day. Yeah. And so imagine there's a family of 5. You guys are,
and across 2 rooms. You're probably in 2 rooms. You got to pay both rooms for internet each day.
Yeah.
Stuff that.
So you can, if you get a good plan with plenty of data, then you're good to go.
Mate, it works out to be a really great way.
To share. Have you already got it? Or
no, not yet.
Mine's heading my way as well. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
It'll be
using it. It'll be with me wherever I go.
Yeah.
Even in Australia, like, forget the travel part of it. Imagine being able to have a faster connection. So often we go to events and the Wi-Fi there is terrible, and you try to do your little hotspot of your phone, and that doesn't always work out. This is purpose built for that. There's also, I think, now a USB-C port, so you can have it hardwired to your computer.
Tethered.
Yeah, so you can tether it. And there's also it doesn't have Ethernet connection anymore, but there's an adapter that can make the Ethernet, so either USB-C to Ethernet. So if you've got an Ethernet connection as well, but still has the physical SIM card slot, but now eSIM capability, which is
genius,
a massive one.
Pure damn genius, Netgear. Well done.
Good job.
No, looking forward to that one. We'll test. It's one of those ones you can't really appreciate the test of until you've done a bit of travel. So,
and because it's 5G but also Wi-Fi 7, so you're getting the best of both scenarios. There's cellular and the Wi-Fi. So it creates Wi-Fi 7 for your connected devices, sucks in the 5G connection. So I think they were saying speeds of up to 3.2 gigabits per second, which is pretty smart if you got a 5G connection that fast.
If you got a 5G connection that fast, I'm sure.
But it isn't. This isn't millimeter wave though, is it? This is just regular sub. What is it? Sub 6 5G. I think they still sell. Isn't the model before that millimeter wave? There's a model of these that have millimeter wave compatibility. Yeah. I think
the last one has
the
both.
M6. I think the M6 had it. Yeah. But this is $799 by the way. So it's not a bad price.
Not a bad price.
Yeah, not a bad price. Yeah. Good. So there you go. Another quote for you. But the Netgear 5G M7 portable Wi-Fi 7 hotspot.
Check it out, folks. Details EFTM.com and techguide.com.au. All right, Stephen. Well, that's all.
Is that a wrap, mate? Is that a wrap?
Yep.
Okay. Nothing more you want to talk about? I'm good, mate. I'm good to go. Yeah. Well, I've been talking enough today, don't you reckon? Have you?
Well, I'm not sick of your voice, mate.
No, I'm saying, this is a big end of a long day. We're all good. Still had plenty of energy, don't you reckon? Even though it was the last show.
I'm pretty.
Last show of the day, and then I'm out of here.
Yeah, maybe we should do this one first.
Maybe. Yeah. What our energy levels were good, mate?
No, I'm pumped.
Are you good?
I feel like I'm
my
more.
Energy levels were great.
I think it's. Do you remember? I mean, I'll be honest. It used to be the case that I could yawn through some shows. Mate, I feel like I'm doing that less.
It wasn't uncommon for me to be looking over and you sort of the lids
I feel
are
like
a bit
I'm
heavy.
doing that less.
Especially in the movie show. The movie show used to really, you'd be heavy-lidded in the movie show sometimes. I don't know if I was boring you.
I feel like I've lifted my game.
Yeah, I don't think I was boring you, I hope. But
no, I think it was
you're just tired,
I think also we used to do it later. Do you remember? We used to start later.
We did start like 1 o'clock or something. Yeah, now we're early birds. It's good.
We get it done.
Yeah, this is good timing. I like this timing.
I'm happy with this.
And I go home and there's not into peak hour traffic.
Okay, well, we'll let you go and
always
avoid the
appreciated. Yeah.
You're taking the Aon home?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm giving you back the Atto 2.
Big fan.
Which is, a couple of things I'll tell you off air that I think you need to keep an eye out for.
Right, yeah.
If you haven't already discovered for yourself, but all good.
Okay.
Yeah,
right,
so we'll talk about that on
EV Talking Electric Cars,
EV
folks.
podcast. Hello. We've got our movie podcast too. This week we are doing cool.
I think this is
runnings.
the one audience that doesn't need to be promoted to about the other shows.
It doesn't hurt.
It's the other shows that need to be told about this one.
And also on Tech Guide, I put the top 5 Aussie movies that we've covered on the show.
There it is.
For this week of Australia Day. It was Australia Day on Monday.
Clickbait.
So there is 5 shows you can listen to. Crocodile Dundee, Gallipoli, The Castle, Far Lap and Chopper. They were my top 5. I didn't consult Trevor. I thought
was that based on your previous rankings?
No, that's just me making it up the other day.
Wow, you should have checked your rankings.
No, but I think my rankings would have reflected.
Do you want
that.
me to check?
No, that's okay. But it's I made the top 5, even though Trevor's half the show. I made the decision. You had no say in the top 5.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
But I think you agree with me. The order of the top 5 is pretty.
I couldn't name another one that we've done.
Yeah, we've done Master and Commander. That's technically an Aussie movie.
No, it's not.
Mad Max 2.
Oh, yeah.
Mad Max. Master and Commander. Aussie director, Aussie star. Hang on, Aussie movie, mate.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. We've done a few.
Okay.
There's a few under the belt. Yeah.
All right,
and
mate.
more to come.
See you next week.
Ciao.
Ciao.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.